Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you are doing well. I have been locked in creative mode, writer mode, filmmaker mode for the last month or so, just working on the Mom Vault and going through a lot of footage. And I'm starting with a lot of mini DVDs that we recorded nearly 20 years ago. And it's phenomenal to just go through this footage. It's bringing me so much joy. And I'm just like, thank you, God, for putting it in my heart and putting it in her heart, first of all, for us to do these recordings, because the storytelling started with her from a young age, always wanting to tell stories about everything. And then I became very interested in picking up the camera and capturing this. So, Mom suggested a while ago, a couple of years ago, that I should go back to a specific state. And she said which at the time bothered me that she didn't say we, but she was already sick and I already knew that we wouldn't travel together again. But still, the fact that she said you should go, I said that's a good idea. So let's go on a road trip. Busy in Buc-ee's. Sheraton Jacksonville Hotel. Got my Clorox wipes. I come in wiping everything down. It's gonna be my first time driving out of the state by myself. I always would have the whole crew, my mom, my siblings, going on these big trips. So it's gonna be a different trip, but I'm excited to go and just do this little first time at 50, going out of the state and enjoying it. Okay, so Buc-ee's banana pudding. Let's see what I think about it. That's good. Only my mom made it better. But I gotta find the cookie, of course. Okay, we got a little piece of the cookie. There's no way I'm eating all of this. It's loaded with sugar, but I'll have a tiny bit of it, and that's about it. I can get them open. Okay. This was from Buc-ee's as well. It was cute. I mean, I think Buc-ee's, because I'd never been before, it's like almost like a grocery store. I like the fact they have the hot serve section for people who wanted sandwiches and things of that nature, and all their trademarked goods and snacks and candies and so forth. So yeah, neat little experience going in there for the first time. Let's try a sweet potato chip uglies. Really good. Tastes like a standard sweet potato chip. Very good. Getting ready to cross over into Georgia. First time leaving the state. Not first time leaving the state, but I haven't left the state since June of 2015. So 9 years and 9 months. Thank you for visiting Florida. Bye, Florida. Hello, Georgia. Okay, I'm a little too excited about this. Welcome to Georgia. I had a great time driving through Georgia. There were so many beautiful yellow wildflowers beside the road and so many beautiful rivers. I decided to go ahead and continue through Georgia to South Carolina and actually stop in South Carolina. And it's really funny how fast you can go from Jacksonville and from the Florida border and get through Georgia. It was maybe 2.5 hours, if that long. And then I was off to South Carolina. So we're going to pick up in a second here in South Carolina. Welcome to South Carolina. Woohoo! Welcome to South Carolina. Woo, 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 woo. All right, we in the low country, South Carolina. I'm excited. Excited to get out. South Carolina. Hello, South Carolina. Woohoo. South Carolina, Olathe 6 miles, and Florence 29 miles. When someone asks where I'm from, I typically say Florida, but the truth is I was born in Florence, South Carolina, and my parents lived in Olathe, South Carolina at that time. Sometimes I'll say the full thing that, I was born in South Carolina but raised in Florida, but a lot of times I'll just say Florida. So when we went back to Olathe in 2015, it was just mom and I. The rest of the family remained in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where we were vacationing. And it was a wonderful time to just pull out the camera and record mom talking about her time and her year in South Carolina. And so the backstory is land was $100 an acre. My parents were going through financial struggles in South Florida and decided that it would be a good move to check out the cheaper land that was available in South Carolina. So hence the move to South Carolina. Now, when mom suggested a few years ago that I return to South Carolina, I was a bit stunned by that because I had no plans to come back to South Carolina after going the one time and doing the recordings. But then I thought about it more and realized that I was excited to come back and see what I can discover about Olathe today. Place where mom lived, place where mom gave birth to me 50 years ago, 50 years and 9 months ago, Olathe. Actually, she was pregnant with me here. She had to go to nearby Florence to give birth. So we're going to go to Florence in just a moment. Very small town. It's been a very relaxing, peaceful drive to get up here. All right, so this is the Olathe Town Hall building. And this is the building back here. I am so glad mom suggested that I return to Olathe. What I realize is that I have a whole new set of eyes because this time coming back to Olathe, South Carolina, I'm coming from a whole different perspective. It's not about a place anymore. I see God in all the places. So this time I'm able to see this tiny little small town in South Carolina, and I saw the beauty of it. It's just as beautiful as any other small town that I've been to. It resembles the others. but I also felt a great sense of peace with the town. My parents only lived here for 1 year. My mom was going through a lot of struggle. She came to Orlando with 3 kids, 6 and under, and in a difficult relationship with my father. But I think with a lot of young women, you go in thinking that a fresh start is sometimes what you need in a relationship. And instead, she found out she was pregnant with baby number 4, me, and it was an extremely difficult realization for her. She was extremely upset to be pregnant, something I teased her about all the time later, and we often joked about how we were the 2 closest people in the world to one another. But at the time she discovered she was pregnant, it was indeed a very distressing discovery. And then I, remind her, now look at us, we're the 2 closest people in the world. And it just goes to show the beauty and the power of God, that He's always at work. So I don't see this as the place that my parents just struggled and were impoverished, although they did struggle and they were impoverished. But I see it more as a place that God took them through like every other place on the planet. And so I had such a great time returning. Food Lion here in Florence, South Carolina. And now I'm going to drive back to Savannah, Georgia. And it's about maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Savannah's about 2.5 hours back to the south. Having some lunch, banana, coconut water, and then I bought some California rolls. I've been fasting all day until now, and I also have a fruit cup. I don't want to eat too much because I was very energetic, and sometimes after I eat, depending on what I'm eating, it can give me a lull, which is why I actually don't want to eat too much. But I had a couple of the California rolls. I'll probably just have this banana and then off to Savannah, GA. Hilton Garden Inn, Savannah. Let's do a little room tour. Closet, storage, microwave, fridge. The double beds is what they had left, so that's what I got. Put some lights on in here. Got a nice area for a meal. I'm only here for one night. Got a little bit of natural light in here. My goodness, it's dark. Okay, there's the view. Okay, we got the vanity. It's cute. Whew. It feels great to be out of the car, not driving, finished for the day. I knew that 4.5 hour trip to South Carolina from Jacksonville was going to be a lot, but it was beautiful. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna eat some food. I'm going to have the rest of my California rolls, and then I have some popcorn, some Skinny Pop, and then I also have some Boom Chicka Pop, because I love popcorn. So I'm gonna have some popcorn and this, and then if I get hungry, I'll just go out and grab something else, because this room does have a microwave. Hilton Garden Inn. So cute. Beautiful white bushes, white flowering shrubs. gorgeous morning. Gonna head over to downtown area before checking out. Savannah, Georgia. Beautiful azaleas. Beautiful Sunday morning, March 30th, 2025. The Beach House St. Augustine. It's an old place. Do one thing every day that makes you happy. Okay, table. It's got a little, it's got the microwave, the fridge, freezer. Nice. Okay, but the real reason I booked this place is for this. Gonna try to catch a little sunrise at the beach, although it's very cloudy, so I doubt I'll be able to catch it. I'm on the 3rd floor and the place does not have an elevator, so I had to lug my heavy luggage all the way up, and I'll have to do that again this morning. I think the sun is coming up. I didn't know if we would see it this morning, but it looks like it's getting ready to rise over the horizon. Let's see. Nothing like seeing the sun over the ocean. Okay, now I can officially check out. Thank you so much for joining me on the vlog. It's been a fun trip.